Hello and welcome to Orca Stadium. My name is Doug, and I've been an animal trainer for 36 years. I can tell you, it is not just a job, it truly is a way of life. We dedicate so much of ourselves to the stewardship of these magnificent creatures. It's a huge responsibility as well as an incredible privilege to care for and build relationships with these wonderful whales. We are honored to share what we've learned with all of you today and for many years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Orca Encounter.
Interconnected ocean. A vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
ability. These behaviors keep the whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care for our natural world, and we're excited to share their story with you today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale.
The babies don't really know what to do with this.
Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen their social bonds and allow the whales to problem solve as a group. This is another reason they're known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orcinus orca. Their common name is killer whale. These 5 whales have their own personal names: Takara, Sakari, Kamea, Tuar, and here in front of you is Kayuket. Kamea is the youngest at 8 years old. Her mother Takara is the oldest at 30 years old. Takara is the matriarch of our whale pod, which means she, the leader. The whales trust us and take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach the whales husbandry, or healthcare behaviors. Joining us in Slide Out are trainers Jace and Doug to help demonstrate some of those behaviors.
Thanks, Maitland. Hi everyone, I'm over here with the largest member of our pod, 30-year-old Kayuket. Now, one of the first behaviors we teach our whales is called a fluke present. This is where they present their tail flukes to their trainers, just like Kayuket is demonstrating right now. Not only does this position allow us to get a great look at the whale's entire body, but it also allows us access to the easy-to-see shallow veins that are located right here on the white undersides of their tails. Our team of veterinarians can collect blood from these veins at least once a month or whenever needed, and the whales are conditioned to remain calm throughout the procedure, just as you see Kayuket demonstrating right now. Throughout today's experience, you'll see the whales getting rub downs on different parts of their bodies, like their back, their pectoral flippers, or their tails. These animals have sensitive skin, and this is one way that we can build strong relationships with these whales.
100% there, Jace. Yes, I'm over here on the far side of the pool. Now, teaching the whales to fluke present so we can collect blood, well, that's just one of many different husbandry behaviors that we teach our whales so we can give them the very best of care. Another extremely important diagnostic tool is animal weights. And in our back pools, we've got a ginormous sized scale. And once a week, first thing in the morning, we ask each of our whales to slide up on that scale, and it looks like this. Oh, yeah, there you go, Kai. Now you'll notice with Kai split out in the shower, and just like when he's up on the scale, his tail flukes, and a portion of this muscular region of his body called the peduncle, well, they're still in the water. So to get an accurate weight, we'll ask Kai and our other whales when they're on the scale to raise those flukes out of the water. Nicely done, Kai. Now because of this, we know that as of yesterday, Kai is weighing in at 9,520 pounds. Wow. Yes, he is truly enormous. Now by weighing our whales once a week, we can see that our younger whales are growing properly, and our adults, like Kayuket, that they are at maximum weight. Now, teaching our whales husbandry behaviors, well, that's just one more way that we can see to it that they're healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Social learning and mimicry play a critical role in the life of a killer whale. From the moment they are born, they learn necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader with their mother and other members of the pod. Here at SeaWorld, they play follow the leader with the trainers. How do you say we play a quick game of follow the leader right now? We're going to have everyone on this side of the stadium raise your right hand high into the air and give Kayukit a big wave. Did you see? He is paying close attention to you. He can see well above and below the water. Killer whales are very curious, and we often see them spy hopping or even leaping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings. We're going to ask Kayukit to demonstrate this with a behavior called a sighting valve. So let's have everyone take your right hand and point at the ground and throw it over your left shoulder. Great takeoff. Kayukit is swimming down to the bottom of this 40-foot habitat where he can gain the speed and momentum to leap completely out of the water. That was pretty impressive. Killer whales can communicate by tapping different body parts on the surface of the water or by manipulating the blowhole on top of their head to make different vocalizations. Let's have this half of the stadium ask Kayukit to demonstrate one of those vocals now. Take 2 pointer fingers and swing them back and forth like you're conducting an orchestra. Beautiful. Did you know that sound travels 4.5 times faster in water than it does in the air? That means when the whales vocalize or crash on the water, that can be heard for miles around. One of the loudest crashes they can make is when they breach. We're gonna ask Kayukit for that right now. Make 2 L's, point down on the ground, and then throw it up and over your shoulder. Kayukit is using those massive pectoral flippers on the side of his body to steer through the water. And you can see he's using his tail flips in an up and down motion to get the speed and momentum he needs to make a splash. As you can see, killer whales communicate by leaping into the air and making a huge splash. Through SeaWorld's conservation and research of the killer whales in our care, we have shed light on many of the mysteries surrounding these amazing animals. For example, we've learned that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is 17 months. That's information that's impossible to obtain in the wild. However, some information can only be gained through field observation, so we work closely with our partners, like the Norwegian Orca survey, to further our knowledge. Killer whales are remarkable, powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from ice cliffs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with swipes of their tail fins.
Killer whales will create waves to hunt. They'll use fluke slams to stun their prey, and they can even beach themselves up and out of the water. For the whales, it's a fun demonstration. But for all of you, it's time to get wet! Overfishing and pollution pose a serious threat to many populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right?
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
So your phone recorded this whole time? Wow. Yeah, I have
The future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassadors of the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference.
The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming. But together, we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect.
So much to explore.
She said there's still a lot left. She said there's a lot left. There's one more.
The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all have
This
to
show
make a
you're thinking
difference.
about, or a lot left?
All it takes is one.
A lot left of this show you're thinking of. It's not a lot. It's like
I can grow and change the world.
Together, we've got this.
and deepen your appreciation for killer whales around the world, just as they have for all of us. We will continue to learn from them for many